get to it, man. Let's get to it. Let's get to it. Let's get to it. And we're gonna jump right on in, man. This time we ain't spending no songs, none of that. But Instagram is gonna be interchangeable with Facebook and YouTube and all other social platforms, right? So peeping toms and peeping tammies, real live current event, real live current positions, real live current participants. This real life shit going on. I'm gonna speak on it a few times. I already speak on it before. I'm gonna speak on it again and again because sometimes as a teacher or somebody who's making a report, you have to repeat yourself. You know what I'm saying? So, peeping toms, if you don't know already, is basically a person who, you know, most infamously known to peep in windows, peeping in the showers of women, you know what I'm saying? Peeping in people's houses. Basically, you get some form of gratification, be it sexual, mental, egotistical, some type of gratification, feeling like you got away from watching or looking at somebody. And this is not limited to somebody who just come peep in people's houses because, like I always say, I see this shit as just like real shit. You know what I'm saying? You come into somebody's house, you speak to them, you should behave as you would in person. You know what I'm saying? So, from my analyzation of social media and people, I realize we have a lot of peeping toms and tammies. Tammies, in this sense, being the female version of a peeping tom. And through the analytics, you can kind of see if it were in real life, because as we know, social media has brought about a newfound boldness for a lot of individuals. And if this was real life, it's like motherfuckers be peeking at you. You know what I'm saying? I break it down all the time. Level 1, peeping tom, peeping tammy. Page watchers. These are the people that just get on your page and just look at you. You know what I'm saying? And you have a higher amount of these people. Why? Because there's a certain degree of anonymity. If I'm pronouncing that right, I'm trying to say the adjective form of anonymous. But they can remain anonymous, more anonymous, just viewing your page and videos and shit on that, and just following you and shit like that. Once again, this is why you have a higher count of views and participants and people come looking at your, following you, looking at your videos on your page, but less in your story and even less in your live. So your level 1 peeping tom and peeping tammies, they the ones just looking at you from afar, from on your page, remaining completely anonymous. So if this was somebody on the street, it's somebody just watching you that's completely anonymous. Like you have no idea that this person is watching you. This is what's actually going on. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's gonna really get it until a unique branch of humans, you know what I'm saying, start writing about it and making docu-series on Netflix and stuff. Then y'all gonna get it. But Scooby's Qua said it here first. This is what's really been done, and if it's in real life, it show you what people really want to do in real life. So I think this is rather weird, and we're gonna keep getting into it. Level 1, peeping tom and tammy, page watchers, they might follow you, etc. You know what I'm saying? Level 2, peeping tom and tammy, those that come in your story. You know what I'm saying? And this is equivalent, if this was a peeping tom in raw physical form, in a physical act, somebody that's looking at your window, but it's come now you see them looking at you. You know what I'm saying? And when it's your story, everybody knows that if you want to, you can see who's looking at your story. So it's not only do they know that you probably can see them, so they're looking at you. So this tells you the degree, the psychological degree of this individual. And I want to put this out there too, that I'm not talking about innocent people, genuine spectators, and sincere supporters. I'm talking about the weird people. Because like I say, once again, get into a peeping Tom. Why we're talking about a peeping Tom? Because this is somebody who chronically goes to view people and a person repeatedly without the person's consent, you know what I'm saying, or not preferring that you do that. So we're talking about the weirdos here. So this is the psychological. The motherfuckers looking at you, and you looking at them. They just looking, and that's why I say a lot of times we talk peeping Tom. Peeping Toms don't talk. That's what separates these sincere supporters from these other people as well. Is that you just looking, you know what I'm saying? Like they say, Mama used to always say, don't look at somebody say something. You feel me? Don't just be staring at no motherfucker. You just looking. You ain't said nothing. You ain't, hey, how you doing? You just looking. So if you can imagine somebody just coming to y'all, just looking in your window, you looking at them, they just looking at you every day. They just come looking at you. This is the same psychological things that's transpiring when these acts happen. And this is why everybody always complain about it. And you always hear, oh, why you watching my page? We about to get psychologically what the fuck is going on. You know what I'm saying? There go your level 2. You looking at me, I see you looking at me. Now, but also, only me and you know this. You looking at me, I'm looking at you, and only me and you know it. Level 3. And I ain't gonna lie, once you get to like this type of level, you know, it's high caution. You know, you gotta have to be careful with this individual. This the person that comes in your life. It don't matter what they do, what they gotta do to you. This the person, because I broke down plenty of times why people won't come view on YouTube versus Instagram. It's a whole psychology to that. But these people here that go through all the pains of supporting you, they gonna do whatever they gotta do, get in their live. And here's the thing about live once again. You looking at me, I know you looking at me. And not only do just we know like level 2, but it's now everybody seeing. It's like the whole neighborhood or the whole country just watching you just look at me. Like I say, you're not talking, you're not engaging, you're not going, you're just looking. So that's, and like I say, just, and when you understand criminals and crime and stuff like that, right? Because once again, it's the whole Instagram psychology with peeping Toms and Tammies is psychologically based. Well, not psychologically, excuse me, but anonymous based. So when you're in the live and when you coming in this type stuff, the anonymous is gone. And you know why most people don't make it there? Because they want to be anonymous. You know what I'm saying? They don't want nobody to see. That's why I say really the level 1 and 2 is kind of hard to just pick which one is more severe than the other, because just that motherfucker laying in a cloak, that could be a deadly individual, but also the one who don't give a fuck. It's just like they say, rob you with no mask. Like they don't even care. They just in your line just looking at you. Everybody see them looking at you. They just looking at you. Excuse me. And I really feel like this is a level of obsession, and it's a severe psychological condition. And people always want to talk about, you know, people is crazy and stuff, but if you ask me, these are some people that if we have to give the definition of crazy to somebody, we'll give it to these people. You know what I'm saying? And they page watching. They just looking. And I'm here to tell everybody, because everybody has a peeping Tom or Tammy or two lurking in the shadows around them on social media, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. But I'm gonna let you know they are here. This is the psychology, and proceed with caution. You know what I'm saying? And shouts out to all the people who just genuine and just here to spectate, take what you can from it respectfully and keep going. You're a sincere supporter, and you know what I'm saying? Or you just a studious spectator, let's say. Those people do exist. They are out there. We're not talking about you guys. We're talking about the weirdos. Like I say, chronic watching people and looking for some form of selfish gratification. Because, you know, like they say, with a real peeping Tom, just been throwing the whole definition out there. Be it sexual, egotistical, emotional, whatever the fuck, chemical, I don't goddamn know. But it's a real thing. That's a few bits and pieces of the psychology. You know any peeping Toms and Tammies, man, tag a peeping Tom and Tammy. You feel me? If you ever experienced this, you know what I'm saying, drop it in the comments. Got any questions or concerns, drop it in the comments, man. You want to know about peeping Tom or Tammy prevention, you know, drop it in the comments. But comment, like, subscribe, share if you like the video. Scooby's up, man. I'm out of here. Might do some more subjects, man, but we're going now. Psychology, you already know, man. Like, subscribe, share. Once again, I promise you, ain't that bad gonna happen. I'm gone. We out of here. Let's go.